It's built in 1878. At some point it got divided into 4 apartments, 1 on the main level and 3 in the upstairs. And then maybe 10 or so years ago it sort of fell into disrepair and nobody lived here at all for a pretty long period of time.
This home was my grandparents' home. It was purchased by my great-grandfather. I don't know the year, but a very long time ago. And my grandparents owned this house, the house next door, and 1015 College. My cousins lived in one of the apartments in the little house next door, and my family lived in the next door. So this was a family compound when we were very young.
We go to church West Central, and some of our dear friends live here, and I work downtown, and we socialize downtown at the J.K. O'Donnell's and other places, and we just thought too much driving and it'd be nice to live here. So a guy named Bernie Gump, who owns and renovates a lot of houses West Central, Anita, my wife, and he got to be friends, and he said, I have this old brick house that maybe you'd be interested in, and we said, well, if you'll make it nice, we'll do it. And he said, fair enough. It
went into complete disownership and disrepair for 10 years. That's really a long time. And as you can see, it was built as a real mansion. The first, when this was built, was a very slow street with only horse-drawn carriages, and there were servants here. There used to be a massive kitchen downstairs, which was the original kitchen that the servants would prepare the food.
At some point, the stained glass windows were stolen, and somebody walked them down to Bill Lupkin's studio on Broadway, and Bill realized that this person probably hadn't stumbled upon them in the most way of integrity, and held on to them. And so somehow he and Bernie realized at some point that they were from these doors, and so we went down and met with Bill, and he was able to put them all back together and install them. The larger one in the middle had even been folded in half. So it was a lot of work, but Bill and his son Pete did a great job, and you would never know that anyone had dragged them around under their arm.
These people are so generous. They are so nice. I'm very grateful to them to share the beautiful renovation that they've done here.
The house is great, and we love it, but what we really love is being surrounded by people that we care about and care for us, and walking to church and riding our bikes to dinner, and just feeling part of a neighborhood. Somebody asked me yesterday, do you feel like people are up in your business all the time? And I think if you move West Central, you move here because you don't feel that way. You want to know your neighbors. You want to, bake them a little something when they're under the weather, and you want to know their kids, and you want to have someone to play Scrabble with when you're bored. And so I think to us, it's just the neighborhood that we get to be a part of.